Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Deadwood series. This is the beginning of Season 2 and the first episode is called A Lie Agreed Upon Part 1. In the season finale we saw non-stop drama. The first thing I remember was that Sai was trying to instigate drama in Chinatown. One of his guys killed one of the shop workers. The crap sheriff looked on and did nothing about it. Wu was furious and went to talk to Al about it. I don't know if Al did anything about it, but he certainly knows of the situation. The long-suffering preacher was put out of his misery by Al as well after he was moved to the brothel to be tended to. And to be honest, it was kind of brutal, but I think it was the best thing for him. It was horrible to watch that dude suffer throughout the season, and at least now he is at peace. Jewel got her new boot, and she was dancing with the doc at the end of the episode, so it looked like it fully worked. That was great to see. The cavalry came to town, and Sai tried to buy some of the soldiers, and the general basically told him to go fuck himself. And Seth and Mrs. Garrett finally hooked up, and also her father turned out to be a money-grabbing, debt-ridden piece of shit, and Seth beat the living daylights out of him, knocked his teeth out, and then he got carted out of town on the back of one of the horses when the cavalry left. Hopefully we never see him again. I've got a feeling he is going to try and cause trouble for Mrs. Garrett, but it was great to see Seth deal with the guy regardless. And what an incredible season Season 1 was in general. So I just hope this Season 2 is of an equal quality and I will love it so much. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this all week, so let's get right into it. This is Episode 1 of Season 2, A Lie Agreed Upon Part 1. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. Oh, also, I forgot to mention in the intro, the magistrate was killed by that guy who set up the deal with Al. So that guy, I'm assuming, is now going to be the new magistrate, and Al has someone in Yankton in his back pocket. I also forgot to mention, Week 4, BA's log. Still no Calamity Jane. She seems like a distant memory now, but one which will never be forgot. Where's Calamity Jane? Don't think I recognise a single one of these characters. That's not the woman that plays Walter White's wife in Breaking Bad, is it?
Morning, Sophia. Sorry to interrupt your lesson.
We're finished.
Wow, Sophia's English has got incredible now. I say that every time I hear her speak English, but it legitimately seems like she's getting to the fluent stage.
County has a commissioner.
Appointed by fucking who?
Governor.
So this is this guy's first report to Al from Yankton, I'm assuming.
All Pennington's people.
Saves time. Just travel to one destination, murder the three of them.
Dan's answer to everything. Murder.
That's the amount on deposit. Your worth is considerably more.
Mrs. Garrett is rich. It didn't take her much to turn back around and embrace him there.
Wrote you a letter, Pennington.
That you held from me till now?
To say what I knew first.
Al already seems unimpressed with this guy that he got in his back pocket. Dan's in. If it's not murder, it's alcohol.
I'd expect a delay before the owner blesses its passage.
Is that Seth and Mrs. Garrett fucking upstairs?
In those brave endeavours be assured of my best hopes.
It doesn't sound like he got good news in this letter.
Maybe that is cause for cutting some throat.
That'd put you right where he wants you.
It's true. If Al just starts killing these people non-discriminately, they will siege Deadwood. Even with all those riches, Mrs. Garrett's still considerate enough to spend some time on top. We salute you.
When's the last time you got a fucking letter from a stranger?
Bad news about Paul.
Bad news.
True, I haven't seen Al receive a letter which is good news yet.
By God, you give the word, Al, and them poles will be kindling.
Ah, so they're bringing in wires so that they can get instant news. Respect to this actress for having realistic time period armpit hair.
Start the shipment loading, keep the men from falling to drink.
Yes, please.
Duty calls for the new sheriff.
I believe in you.
Now that these two have got together, which is great to see by the way, I really hope nothing bad happens to either of them. They better not kill Mrs. Garrett. This seems like the type of show that would kill Mrs. Garrett.
He don't know if it's breathing or taking it in through fucking gills. He is that fucking construct.
You know, I've never used the word construct before in replace of pussy whipped, but from this day forth, I pledge that I will.
Luck trouble didn't jump out earlier, huh, Bullock? Might have found you mid-thrust at other business.
I'll straight away antagonising him this season then.
Be where I can find you.
I ain't going no place.
That's kind of bittersweet to see. Obviously it creates instant tension this season, but they were kind of amicable with one another by the end of last season.
That ain't how this wants to resolve. You go down, Dan, see to the cunt and whiskey, huh?
Al is not having a good morning.
You want a donkey's attention? Bring a fucking pole down between his ears.
Never tried that before, but I will remember it. Should I ever need to get the attention of a donkey?
Harry mistook Bummer Dan for Slippery Dan.
That had pulled his cock out previous, started filling the cuspid or yawn.
He still killed an innocent man then.
My part sheriff was putting Bummer in my jacket and sending the poor fuck in here.
Oh, Charlie's got a badge as well. Is he a deputy? Or is that his fire marshal badge?
Box him and see he's buried. But I'm telling both of you, watch it.
That's a really lenient stance to take over a murdering. Can tell Seth's feeling a bit relaxed. That's a post-orgasm judgment.
Got any prizes in that meat there, Captain? Friend, I got soap with a prize inside.
Is this the guy on his fucking fake prize hustle again?
Maybe it's jugglers or face painters.
Jugglers would be cool. It is in fact a stagecoach full of women and one boy. I don't know what their business is here. I have no idea what they want.
I never fixed it. Excuse me.
That is Skylar White, isn't it? I've never seen that actress in anything else. It's cool to see her again. Hey! There she is! That's all I needed to see to be happy. She's seen better days, but she is there. Calamity Jane, oh how I have missed you.
Do I need to watch my back against you?
Al said stay out of it.
Dan wouldn't tell him even if he did have to watch his back. Some shit seems like it's about to go down there.
He was seeing after Mrs. Garrett's interest, your partner, when my boss shouted.
Damn, Saul. Ain't you got anything bigger than that?
Your boss should do like me, learn to look the other way.
Ain't his line.
Definitely not.
Get in here and account for your insult.
Seth is not taking any shit today.
Here where she lives and struck lucky civic duty yet. And it's time for her and some others to quit their fucking shirking.
Yeah, I don't think the guy behind the bar's gonna be able to handle Saul.
There's dimensions and fucking angles I'm not expert at. You would be if you'd sheath your prick long enough.
Al seems to have such an issue with Seth having a relationship.
Well, I find you've got a knife.
I won't need no fucking knife.
What? Al thinks he can take Seth in a one-on-one. I wasn't expecting this series to start like this. Al definitely got the worst of that. Seth used him like a crash mat.
Awful possibility in these matters is both men sustaining mortal injury.
Sai could only hope for that outcome.
Hey, don't come no further! Hey!
Oh, fuck
Jesus
off!
Christ.
What the fuck? He better not have killed either of those two guys there.
I do have a knife. Come to me now.
He's not gonna kill Seth straight away, is he? This can't happen.
Welcome to fucking Deadwood.
It's a good a welcome as any.
I'm rarely that fucking lucky.
Sai disappointed there was nobody mortally wounded there.
Wave a penny under the Jew's nose. They got living breath in them. Brings them right round.
That seemed so unnecessary.
Happy surprise.
Oh, is that his wife and son? No way.
Doc Cochran needs to come from Whitewood. Yeah.
I can't believe that. It seems so unnecessary for Al to shout that shit over the balcony. I can only attribute it to the fact he was having a heavy drink before. Seth has seen better days. He was having a great day until that, actually.
My lady?
My lord.
That's the first time anybody has referred to Cy as a lord.
Got the building in November. I guess you'll be operating out, huh?
Is this one of Cy's old prostitutes that she's now hired for her new brothel, I take it?
Suck some pricks if you like. Keep whatever they give you is my way of saying welcome.
Well, that's about as good a welcome gift as Cy will offer anyone.
Obstructs me in the thoroughfare. Now he wants to build and coup.
This episode has just been craziness so far.
We're joining America. And it's full of lying, thieving cocksuckers that you can't trust at all.
Yeah, because you're totally trustworthy, Dan. Unless I own a gold reserve and you happen to come panning with me, in which case I might find myself down a ravine.
Where'd the money come from that bought that place?
Yeah, he's going to be more furious that she got the money off of the card dealer. He wanted her to be in his back pocket by him funding this. That's what's really pissing him off.
I knew Eddie'd been stealing from you, and then he flees, and you turn up owning that place.
He ran away, no way. I really liked his character as well.
Let me let you go.
Thank you.
Well, at least she made it out of there unscathed. I was worried for her safety after him learning this.
I'm that fucking hopeful and excited for you.
Yeah, you really seem it.
Thank you, man.
It's not really how you want your adopted son to see you when he first enters town.
He kept a knife.
I didn't know that when I disarmed.
You should have known that Al always would have a knife on him. But he didn't stab you, so it was a best case scenario, really.
I'll have back my gun and badge.
E.B. Farnham getting all the gossip as always so he can fucking slither back to Al with the news. It seems to me like Al broke a rib during the fall off the balcony.
I made water off the balcony this morning. If it's any of your fucking business, get away from me.
Al's not used to anybody putting hands on him in this town either, so he'll be feeling a huge dent to his pride right now. It wouldn't surprise me if he wants to get instant revenge.
How was Mr. Starr? How was Charlie Utterly?
Shut up, Johnny!
Yeah, I want to know that, because it looked like Saul especially took a really dangerous shot that looked like it hit him in the chest, but hopefully it wasn't near anything vital.
To have his gun and badge back.
In what fucking tone?
Well, I'd shy from putting a name on it, Al.
I knew Farnham would be straight back to Al talking about this gun and badge. He is the most predictable rat character of all time.
Is my bullet out? Will Starr live?
If he don't, he's going happy.
Look at this guy feeling so guilty. He was the only person that fired his weapon. He was the first to fucking shoot off, so why is he feeling bad after the fact? It was a bad idea Dan telling that guy to grab a gun in the first place. It's not often you see Dan being the guy showing resolve in a situation of violence.
Cow-eyed kid looking from that coach, that's what fucking unmanned me.
It's not unmanning you, not stabbing a man in the back. That kid gave you a moral compass.
Injured, who knows how seriously. Well, thank goodness he seemed coming back to himself.
No way, I know that actress as well. She's the psychiatrist from the movie Glass.
Did you want me to give it to that boy? Please answer in words, Sophia.
Yes, please.
Oh, that's nice of her. She's like the most innocent soul in this whole town, Sophia. So fucked up what happened to her actual family. This guy again. I'll never forgive Ellsworth for keeping his mouth shut as to what happened to her husband. I don't care how nice he is to her or anything. He just can't be trusted.
Well, some would say it might be your choice what chances you decide not to take.
Shall I walk on alone, Mr. Ellsworth?
Yeah, shut up about that, Ellsworth. She clearly didn't like your conversation. Ah, well, at least Saul's alive just now. He looks worse for wear, but hopefully he's gonna live.
I've puked twice.
Mrs. Garrett, Trixie.
Puking in that situation's almost a good sign. You're still showing an emotional or pain-related response to your wounds.
How do you do? How do you do, William?
How you do?
William seems like he's got good manners.
You've discovered us in distressing circumstances.
We're safe and glad of joining Mr. Bullock.
She's already seen worse. Her husband was killed in a war, so this is small potatoes compared to what she's already been through.
My ward includes suites for your son. When his mother decides he may have them.
I wonder if Mrs. Garrett's being so nice to Seth's wife just to keep her close, just in case. Like, is she paranoid that Seth's going to do anything with this woman? Or is she just genuinely being a nice host? Unsure.
I'll admit today, before lay people, we lose more letters than we deliver.
Especially Wild Bill's.
I'll say goodbye then, in hopes that I see you again soon. Yes.
Surely she must be aware that Seth's only married her to help look after his brother's son. She won't be expecting a proper relationship with him, surely.
Thank you for seeing to Mr. Starr.
No need to hurry back.
I was not expecting this episode to drive straight into such drama, but wow, from the jump, this has been dramatic.
Thank you for taking me, Mr. Ellsworth.
Welcome, ma'am.
Imagine being that guy, knowing what happened to her husband, and every day having to act like you're the nice, humble, nicest pie guy helping her with her fucking gold mine. And in reality, you know how brutally her husband was murdered, and you're keeping it to yourself. That is such a snaky character trait. I just can't bring myself to like him.
Made well, Bill Hickok.
Yes, Mr. Bullock. And you must be as weary from the day's events and your work readying the house as we are from travel.
The fact he's calling him Mr. Bullock shows that they don't have any sort of intimate relationship.
Looks a little small, Lila. I guess you gals are used to making the best of that.
That's the best joke Si's had the whole show.
Sesame! And two, stick your fucking tongue in.
He's being so passive-aggressive right now. This pains him so much.
Bon voyage, sweetheart, as long as we're speaking French.
We got all the girls we need, Si.
He is not hiding his fury very well.
It's all right, honey. You just packed the rags you've been wiping the cum off with. All right, Joni?
Yes, and now we're gonna go.
He continues to be an absolutely dislikable piece of shit.
Don't believe there's no good women. But you've seen one with maggots in her eyes.
Fucking hell, calm down, mate. She made a smart play just diffusing his anger and getting out of there and agreeing with everything he said. I think she could detect he was just looking to be provoked in that moment.
This is it.
Is this the hardware store? Or has Seth actually built a house as well? That's so impressive.
I can't come in just now.
After you've seen to the camp.
Well, it's quite a complicated and callous relationship he has with them just now. He obviously wants to look after them, but the fact he's just got into a relationship with Miss Garrett makes all this incredibly complicated. But then she's used to complicated relationships. Did you see what she put up with Walter White? Unless Seth starts peddling meth, he's got some catching up to do.
I've chosen pine. 1 year seasoned for the sills, post, floor joists, and rafters.
That's some fine wood, Seth, said Miss Garrett.
I hope that you and the boy may arrive in good health and safety. I look forward to our opportunity to better get to know each other.
Well, the letter's far more amicable than he has been to them in person so far. They did catch him in a bad day though. Okay, and that was episode 1 of season 2 of Deadwood, A Lie Agreed Upon. And I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, A Lie Agreed Upon, what did I think of that? Holy shit, drama straight out of the gates this season. Like I said during the episode, it was almost a shame to see Al and Seth instantly have a dispute like that after there being tension early on in season 1, but then them seeming to come to some sort of mutual agreement and understanding of one another by the end of it. Completely thrown out of the window in the first 10 minutes by Al getting drunk, reading a letter he didn't like, and then shouting some rude shit over the balcony. We all know Seth is an old school guy and he's not going to take disrespect like that, even from Al. At least nobody was fatally wounded during the fight. It seems like there's some injuries coming out of it. I think Seth's got a broke nose, Al's got some broke ribs, Saul Starr took one in the chest, and I think Charlie took one in the ear, but he seems like he got out of it the lightest. What was Dan thinking giving that bartender a weapon? That dude has only ever shown himself to be an inept idiot. Him him with a firearm is a bad combination. And yeah, then those mystery people riding into town on the carriage turned out to be some of the prostitutes for Joni's new place, and then Seth's wife and son, completely complexualizing the situation between him and Miss Garrett. I'm assuming his wife isn't stupid and she can detect what's up, but it instantly creates tension. Mrs. Garrett's going to be paranoid, I think, that he will in some way end up liking the woman, and I think she just feels unwelcome upon her arrival due to that situation, and on top of the fact that, you know, she showed up to Seth a bloody mess, having just fallen off a balcony and almost got stabbed to death if it wasn't for his son watching. Nice to see Al deciding to not plunge the knife into Seth's back thanks to his son looking on, by the way. Thanks, Al. And Cy, of course, was incredibly disappointed neither of them died. He had such an undertone of fury while trying to act like he was happy for Joni this episode. It was so obvious. He was absolutely mortified. I mean, fair's fair. His dealer did rob money from him and then financed Joni's whorehouse with it before skipping town. That is understandably infuriating. That being said, Joni's kinda innocent of it. She's just looking to start her own place, and I feel like Cy's real anger comes from the fact that she is essentially a free agent now, whereas he wanted her to have that set up while being still in his back pocket. And I feel like that's the whole reason he offered one of his hookers to go join them as well. Not to spy or anything like that, but just to in some way have something of his involved with her. To feel like it's thanks to him that she's got this operation going. And she played it very smart, just agreeing with whatever he was saying at the time and making sure they got out of there as quick as possible, because in that scene there was so much tension because you feel like he wanted them to say something which would give him an excuse to flip his shit and fuck them up. And they did really well to get out of that situation in one piece, because Cy was like a boiling pot in that moment. It's cool to see Trixie still caring for Saul as well. After Al pulled her up about it and, you know, made Saul pay for their interaction, I was wondering if they were ever going to have a thing together again, but she was there looking over him as he was wounded, caring for him and shit. So hopefully the Saul and Trixie storyline continues throughout this season as well, because it was cool to see those two hook up with one another and Trixie actually get to sleep with someone she wanted to sleep with. And of course, Calamity Jane has been sighted. She's not quite in town yet, but she's on the edge of town, alive and well, and I can't wait to see her reintroduced into this storyline. There's no way that Calamity Jane is not coming back into this show. They're not going to let her cameo on a roadside and then just have us never see her again. Calamity Jane is coming back, and I cannot wait. But yeah, straight out the gates with a bang. I absolutely loved this episode. I can't wait to see what happens next week. And the high level of quality and acting, script, set, and everything just continues straight away with the first episode of season 2. Hats off to this show. It is non-stop interesting storyline after interesting storyline. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.